Children, I hope you all are fine. Today I am going to continue the chapter more about insects. Now, last class we read about the different body parts of insects. We read about the social insects. Now, these social insects are divided into different classes. And each of these classes have different responsibilities. Like some of them, they build their homes. Some of them have the responsibility of feeding their children. So we see that these insects also, they divide the responsibilities among themselves. Now today, we are going to read about the life cycle of a butterfly and the usefulness and the harmfulness of an insect. So, what is a life cycle? Now, life cycle is a process or a series of changes that an organism goes through during its life. So, what is life cycle? It is a series of changes through which an organism passes or goes through during its life. Now, a butterfly. A butterfly also has 4 stages of life cycle. Now, the first stage is the stage where they lay eggs. Now, when these eggs slowly hatch, what comes out from these eggs? Larva. A larva comes out called caterpillar. Now you have all seen caterpillars. So these caterpillars, where will you find them? You will find them on green leaves. Why will you find them on green leaves? Because they feed on leaves and they grow in size. So after that, after the larva stage, the caterpillar spins a cocoon around themselves. Now, it spins a cocoon around itself, and this stage is called the pupa stage. Now, the next stage or the last stage is when these caterpillars come out from the pupa stage, or when they come out from the cocoon, they become adults. So just let us go through page 40. The 4 stages of life cycle of a butterfly. A butterfly lay eggs. These eggs hatch and larvae come out. They are known as caterpillars. They eat leaves and grow in size. The caterpillars spin a cocoon around themselves, and this stage is called the pupa stage. So after some time, the butterflies come out from this pupa stage and they grow and become adults. So children, I hope you have understood the 4 stages of life cycle of a butterfly. So our next topic is the usefulness of insects in our lives. How are insects useful to us? So, like there are many insects like bees. Bees, we get honey from bees. You have all tasted honey. So, not only honey, we also get other products like crayons. You all use crayon colors. So, from where do we get those? We get it from the bee wax. And from where we get that bee wax? We get that bee wax from the beehives. So, we get from bee wax crayons, some skin products, candles. We all use candles at home. So these are some of the things that we get from bees. Next insect that are useful to us are silkworms. Silkworms, we get silk from them. They give us silk. Now, there are insects that help us in the dispersal of seeds. That is, they help in scattering the seeds everywhere. And what happens after the dispersal of seeds? New plants grow in different places. So, insects also help us in the dispersal of seeds. Now, there are insects that feed on dead organisms like plants or animals. They feed on them, and by eating them, they help us in cleaning the environment. So, insects also feed on dead organisms, and they help us in cleaning the environment. Now, like how insects are useful to us, there are insects who are even harmful to us. Some of these insects are like termites. They eat up your furniture. If you have any wooden things at home, you will find termites in them. Or bookworms. After many years of keeping your books, you will find bookworms. They eat up your books. There are worms or insects like bugs. Bugs, if you keep food for many days, bugs feed on those stale food, which is very harmful for you. So these insects, what they do, they can cause diseases in you. Locusts, they feed on leaves, so they damage the crops. So they are also very harmful to us. Now, how can we prevent such insects from harming us? Like the farmers, they use insecticides and pesticides. These are type of chemicals. These chemicals prevent the insects from damaging the crops. So these farmers, they use insecticides and pesticides. Then you can keep neem leaves, dried neem leaves, between your clothes or in your cupboard. This will help prevent your clothes or your wooden things from getting damaged by the insects. Insects like termites, they damage your things, wooden things. So they will prevent these termites from damaging your things. So today we learnt about the usefulness as well as the harmfulness of insects. So children, I hope you have understood the entire chapter. The next session we are going to continue with the exercises and the question answers. Thank you.